Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's me. The one no one likes to watch. I can understand why. Um, this is my essay, Ignore the Hawaiian Shirt, as to effectively why evolution has sort of failed us, and also just sort of an essay and also rant about just the human body, the horrible condition it is, just the many, many flaws of it, yeah? So, I am Vitha Skull. You, you know the channel name. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Anyway, on with the show. So, evolution. This is gonna piss off a lot of religious people. Don't really care. It's objectively true. There's modern examples of evolution being true. Like we can see it, we can study it, whatever. Of course, humans, we have evolved ourselves, right? Something we can all agree on. Except for religious people. Sorry. Thing is, I feel that evolution has failed us, but at the same time, we have sort of failed ourselves. What do I mean by that? Well, see, the whole point of evolution, bear in mind, I'm not evolution scientist, whatever, is to allow us to reproduce. That is the only point. It's not to give us a more comfortable life. Obviously, evolution, it's not a physical entity. There's no communicating to it. You can't just say, hey, evolution, make it so that my offspring has like a third arm to help them out with tasks. Can't do that. You just can't. It'd be nice, but you can't. The whole point, like I said, of evolution is to allow us to reproduce, allow us to thrive. To some degree, we have done that. We're not Neanderthals. We're not, trying to tackle an elephant. That's a weird comparison of modern day to, you know what I mean. The point being, we're not evolving to be more comfortable. That, I feel, is on us for a lot of it is not trying, sad to say. And a lot of that is because religion, in my opinion, has far too much power over people. The entire point of religion is control, after all. And to give people a false hope, but we're not going to talk about that. This is not what this little essay is about. I feel that as we have effectively stagnated, right, by just saying, oh, well, what's the point in trying to make our lives better or improve things in the world? Or is, oh, well, don't worry, when I die, I'm going to go to heaven. No. There's negative amounts of proof that heaven exists or that any God exists. Again, pissing off all the religious people. I don't really care. The more you comment, the more engagement I have. But it's true. Um, I'm going to hopefully briefly, as I am under a 15-minute limit in terms of recording videos, going to be going over a few notable flaws with us, things that evolution has caused and then tried to devolve, but of course, you can never fully devolve something. And things that evolution has helped us with. Because it's not all bad, it's mostly bad, but it's not all bad. We'll start off with a few pros. Keep things lightheaded, not lightheaded. Keep things light to begin with. Firstly, our mouths are much, much smaller. You wouldn't know it from the double chin I got going on. But, like, yeah. From far away, that does look rather massive. But the thing is, our mouths were so much bigger. Like, not logically large. Now, with that being said, we have smaller mouths. That's helpful. The con to that is wisdom teeth, right? Everyone has experiences with them. In America, they like to immediately decide that the only option is to remove them no matter what. I still have mine. Mine never fully came in. They're not a problem. I don't feel pain. Nothing. But you want to know why they're such a problem? Because they are objectively a problem for most people. It's because though our mouths have devolved to some degree in becoming smaller, our teeth count did not go down. Hence, having more teeth than a mouth can traditionally fit. And why, this weird pattern happens and why some people have impacted teeth and stuff like that. Moving swiftly along. Technically, another thing that has devolved. We used to be hairy as a fuck, objectively. Some people do still have like an absurd amount of hair, but not gorilla amount of hair. And that is because clothes. We learned how to make them. Evolution was like, alright, gotcha. You don't need as much. Sell this. There's no benefit to that as far as I can see. You're cold, wear a hat, whatever. And to some degree it is, I can't see it at all. I am trying to grow out facial hair. Some people just aren't. I don't know. Now, some cons. I could spend hours, but I only have, I can't do math, an amount of time left. I'm looking at the timer, but whatever. And, we'll start off with one that's pretty simple. Our appendix. Sure, it technically does something, but if we remove it, there's no real harm. There just isn't. In fact, usually an appendix causes a ton of problems. Not going to get into the endless amount of problems there. Then we have these. I've already discussed the aforementioned issue with impacted teeth and smaller mouths and extra teeth, that sort of thing. Speaking about extra teeth, though, right? Going back to what I was saying about evolution having failed us, the whole point of it is to allow us to reproduce. The average, at least it used to be average, age of reproducing was about 20 to 30. So it makes sense that we get our 20-year molars. Different for everyone, but same thing. And after that, it was usually just expected that you'd die off of some random plague. But imagine how cool it would be, right? When you're 10, maybe. I don't know. I lost my baby teeth at weird ages. Point is, when you lose your teeth, you gain new ones, right? Why is that a one-time thing? Why are we expected? I know, sugar and stuff. That aside, why is it that we do not endlessly, every 10 years, get new teeth? Imagine how cool that would be. Imagine not having to have a heart attack because your teeth decide, hey, we're going to have pain today. Might be nice. Or our tailbone. Most notably, we don't have a tail. I don't think I need to tell anyone that. We still have a tailbone. Now you may think, well, what's the harm there? If you fall on your ass, very professional sounding, I know, but if you fall on your ass, and you didn't have a tailbone, you'd feel pain. That's unavoidable. But it'd be shared pain. First, your can never remember the name of bones. Your what's it called, a coccyx or something like that. That'd feel pain. Your spine would feel pain. Most of your lower body would feel pain. Otherwise, you'd be mostly okay, provided you're not falling from like extreme heights or something, right? Because again, that's just survival of the fittest, if you will. No offense to anyone that has like accidentally fallen, of course. If it's an accident, it's out of your hands. But with a tailbone, that means that if you fall and you land on your ass, there's a very high chance you're just going to be paralyzed from the waist down. Your spine is going to be fucked to hell. It's just a fact. Asking pretty much any doctor, they'll tell you that if you land on your ass from a fall, you're fucked. You're just fucked. Or, of course, being a guy, this is not something that I have to deal with, but, you know, periods, basically. This goes into my, hatred for what evolution has fucked us with. Periods are basically, hey, you're not pregnant. How about some pain? How about some bleeding? How about weird cramps, weird hungers, weird everything, mood swings, everything. Just all of the bad in one go. There's literally no benefit to it. But our body does it. There's not even, most things like, not injuries, but most sickness or like natural effects, right? There is a way around it. There's medicine you can take to at least relieve the symptoms. Periods aren't one of those. I do feel quite bad. I'd get more into it, but I've never experienced it, so I can't really relate there. Sorry. Not really. I don't know what to say there. And this will have to be the last one, but I could honestly, I could go for hours. Our immune system. Great, right? Everyone loves it. It helps out a ton. Here's the thing. Firstly, I don't know if optometrists would all know this. I don't know if it's like super common knowledge or if it's taught. I don't know what benefit there would be to teaching it. Our immune system does not know that our eyes exist. If it did, we wouldn't have eyes because our immune system would attack them. I don't know why that is. It's pretty sad that a part of our body that has, from what I can tell, always been a part of our body cannot be monitored by our sick detector. Yes, that's what I'm calling it. Or the fact that if you get just about any kind of sickness, illness, disease, whatever, your body will skyrocket in temperature to, I'm going to use Fahrenheit, 101 to 105. Any beyond that, and you're probably already dead. Don't take that seriously. Oh God, I gotta wrap this up. But you can't survive those temperatures either for very long. Our body is meant to be fairly regulated, is it not? But our immune system, that's its only response. Great, go on.